Jesus said, "Man cannot live on bread alone, but from every word that proceeds from the mouth of God." You're listening to Daily Truth.
We live in a culture that esteems and praises, the person who abstains from this and abstains from that. But in the Scripture, the one who does not have the faith to eat food sacrificed to idols, or to responsibly drink wine to the glory of God, this is the person, not with stronger faith, but with weaker faith. And those with stronger faith should give preference to those with weaker faith out of love, in the same way that a parent would give preference to their children. I think of Philippians. I believe it's chapter 2, verse 3. It says, "Do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit, but in humility consider others as more significant than yourselves." That's a wonderful verse of the Bible with a wide array of application, but I always think of its application in regards to parenting. That word significant is so helpful for parents. Because when I think of preferring our children, right, that constantly throughout your day, you're putting your children first, their needs. You're concerned for them before you are concerned for yourself. When it's dinner time, you do your best for the whole family to sit down together, but if you're running behind, then you make sure to prepare the dinner for the children first. And in the terms of Philippians chapter 2, verse 3, it says, "Do nothing from selfish ambition or vain conceit, but in humility consider others as better than yourselves, superior to," no, more significant. See, there is a way in humility to count all others as more significant than ourselves without having to give ourselves a lobotomy, without having to dive headlong into full-blown delusion and consider all people as being better than ourselves. The Scripture doesn't tell us to consider all others as better than ourselves because not everyone is better. Right? We live in this culture of egalitarianism that wants to believe that everyone is equal. And in order to actually achieve that goal, that worldview, we live in a culture saturated by not only egalitarianism, but androgyny, sameness. Because we can never really be equal unless we're all exactly the same. Well, the Bible would not agree with those hypotheses. The Bible presents to us hierarchy. And not a hierarchy of selfish ambition, not a hierarchy of arrogance and pride. I mean, Jesus has this conversation with his disciples. He said, "What are you talking about?" He overhears bits and pieces of their conversation that they're having. "What are you talking about?" And they're reluctant to tell him because they're ashamed. And rightly so. They're embarrassed because the conversation that they're having is they're arguing with each other about who's the best. Now, what Jesus does, though, is he doesn't respond by saying, nobody's the best. Everyone is equal. There's a lot of people, even in the evangelical church today, who really wish that was Jesus' response, but it wasn't. Now, Jesus assumes a hierarchy on earth and also in heaven. But then Jesus, what he does is he turns human ways of thinking about hierarchy on its head. And he says that if you want to be great, become the servant of all.
Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would consider supporting Right Response Ministries, we'd be incredibly grateful. You can do so by going to rightresponseministries.com/donate to give your gift of any amount. If you're not able to support us financially, that's okay. You can still support us in a great regard simply by subscribing to our YouTube channel, clicking the bell, and of course sharing our content with all your friends and family. We can't do this without you, your support, and your prayers. So thank you.